Namaskar, my name is Dev Survi Yaduvanshi. I am the Executive Coordinator of Wake Up Goa, Vibhag Goenkarano. We are a civic society movement. I have with me Asif Hussainji, who is also an Executive Coordinator, and our other members who are with us today. We have come here today to talk about and remind the civil servants, from the Chief Election Commissioners, from ECI, the state election officers, to the returning officers, to the observers. We have written a letter. We are part of a much larger network of pan-India civil society movements, and we want to remind them about the counting that's going to happen tomorrow. So for that purpose, I am reading a section of our letter, which is addressed to the returning officers, to the Chief Election Commissioners, to the Chief Electoral Officers, to the observers. There is a major issue. Once the returning officer at the counting issues the certificate of election, Form 22, to the successful candidate, the election can only be challenged in court, which can take years and hence become infructuous. Instances of seats being captured by issuing the certificate to a ruling party candidate, despite losing during the counting of votes, shows how results can be manipulated even at the last second. This kind of fraud should be avoided at all costs, and ROs should perform this critical function with utmost honesty and integrity. We would like to remind that all the election authorities are members of the civil service who have taken a solemn oath of loyalty and allegiance to the Constitution of India. As you all know, free and fair election is the essence of democracy and is a basic structure of the Constitution. Therefore, conducting such elections is the greatest litmus test of a civil servant in upholding this oath. As per Civil Services Rule 1968, every member of the service shall commit himself to and uphold the supremacy of the Constitution and democratic values, defend and uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and security of state, public order, decency and morality, and maintain integrity in public service. We have not even an iota of doubt about your honesty, integrity and abiding allegiance to the Constitution of India, and this nation depends on it. This is just to remind you that the powers granted to you by we the people through the Constitution and laws are for protecting, preserving and upholding the people's vote and mandate through free and fair elections. Hence, you are duty bound to follow every tenet of the law and rules on the above matters without deviation or bias of any form, so that people's true mandate is reflected in the outcome of the election. Now, therefore, we the people of India, as citizens of a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, hereby urge you to abide by your appeal, abide by our appeal, particularly during counting and declaration of results, and carry out your task without fear or favor, thereby upholding the true values of democracy and Constitution of India. And with this, we would urge everybody, every single citizen, especially those people in India, we need to be very careful about the protection of our mandate. We all have voted on the 7th of May, and we need to ensure that the counting process is carried out in the most transparent manner as possible. For this, a lot of people have been deployed to ensure that this transparency is being maintained. We are also part of a network of a nationwide civil society movement, where observers from civil society have also been deployed to ensure that the counting process is transparent, free and fair, and without any bias of any sort. With this, I would like to invite Asif ji to share a few words.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. India is a very rich in democracy. Our practices and the institutions of democracy that we have is very rich. Unfortunately, this election 24, we have departed from the trend. One is that the highest office, the statements coming from the PM himself was below the belt, not to the dignity of the PM's office. very communal statements have come out, and the election commission should have played a great positive role. So that's one thing. And second thing is, in this whole campaigning, the real issues of the people were not focused upon, and that I think is the real in a democracy, in an election year, the real issues of the people should come to the fore. The third fear that we have is the stealing of the mandate. We've seen across in the past many assembly elections where a party comes with reasonable majority, but they're not able to form the government, and then somebody else steals the whole mandate, and then people are left, aghast. So we don't want something like that happening in election 24, which is a serious concern. And the civil society across India is very watchful and hopefully will play a vibrant role. Democracy is not about voting one fine day and then forgetting about democracy. We believe the civil society plays an important role throughout the process. Whatever be the outcome of the election, the civil society will always be doing proactive work for the betterment of the society, and we will always work for it. So I think this is very important. So one thing that has to go across to the people is that the voters' will has to prevail. The mandate should not be stolen. There should be no horse trading. There should be no room for anything, any doubts coming into the people's mind regarding the election counting process. We waited 2 months for the whole process to be completed. Let's not hurry, that Shubha morning, the counting starts, and by evening 5 o'clock, take your time. I'm not saying take another 2 months, but do it comfortably so that no areas are left without any scope for doubts and anything. I think this is very important in a democracy, and we hope that all the officers adhere to the constitutional duty that they're supposed to do, and that is what we are demanding, that they fulfill the constitutional duty. The election commission at the central level, then at the state level, all regional officers, and where the counting takes place, and that's a place where people have to be very vigilant, because it is the people's election. It's not the party's election. It is not. It is the people who have voted. I think they deserve the right results in a very comfortable and without any suspicion, without any doubtful process.
You have any doubt, Asif?
See, we have seen many assembly elections that have taken place. Correct. Now, Goa has been an history where the democracy has been tottered, and the whole what has happened in Goa has been done in other places across in the northeast. We don't want something like that to happen. Correct. So people, the leadership should be high moral dignity. They should have. If the mandate goes against them, they should step down. And if it is the other way, then the other party should come. Whatever.
Have you submitted a letter to the concerned department?
We have a letter. We are going to submit it to the election commission. This has happened This is not only about Goa. This has happened across Goa. People in Delhi, people in Karnataka, in Bombay, different places. The civil society is a much larger group. We had two high-level consultative meetings. One on 21st May, and the other one first one was in Bangalore. The second one was in Delhi. So this process is happening everywhere. So people are watchful, the citizens are watchful, the civil society is watchful about the counting process.
See, we would like to say one thing very clearly, that throughout this whole election process, the Election Commission of India's conduct has been less than acceptable. We've had very, very communally biased and bigoted statements from the Prime Minister of India. Yet the notice was sent to JP Nadda and the BJP party rather than the Prime Minister himself directly. So that's just one example of so many violations. It's not 1 or 2 violations per day. We were seeing at least half a dozen violations per day across this election campaign, election season across the country. And the Election Commission of India, how harshly it came down on the opposition parties, we did not see that sort of harsh proactiveness on the ruling dispensation. That is why we as civic society today have come out to appeal to the returning officers that it doesn't matter who is in power today. What matters is our constitution, and what matters is the will of the people. Because this republic, this country is made from we the people of India. It's not the BJP or the Congress or any political party. It is us. This republic is us. and the need to protect the democratic institutions is very important for us at this point of time, because our institutions have been destroyed. So it is our urgent appeal to the PCI, and that is why we are submitting this letter today.
What could go wrong during the counting according to you?
See, there are many things. First of all, the postal ballots have to be always, as per the rules of the MCC, they have to be counted before. This counting of the postal ballots has to start before the main counting. This can also be bungled up. See, if you count the postal ballots later on, what is being added, subtracted to it, who knows? Once you open the postal ballots, everybody knows how many there are. So like this, there are many things that could go wrong, and that's why we are appealing that the transparency throughout the entire process, which starts tomorrow morning, that has to be maintained. And the responsibility for that is on the returning officers, on the observers, who all are civil servants. And as civil servants, it is their first allegiance to the Indian Constitution, not to any dispensation in power, not to any political party that is in power at the moment. And they should carry out their duty in allegiance to the Constitution without fear.